Well, good afternoon, everybody, and welcome to the Gala 2025. I'm auctioneer Patrick, and it is my distinct pleasure to be involved again with Hope Chinese Charter School. You guys are fantastic, and as I wait for folks to roll in and get on the screen, a couple of things to remind you. Hey, most importantly, it's important to join the conversation today. Make sure you reach out, say hello, tell us where you're tuning in from, what's your connection to Hope Chinese Charter School, and also don't hesitate to ask a question. We would love to answer your question right here on the air. And as an additional incentive, I want to let you know that anybody that enters a comment today is going to be eligible to win a $25 Amazon gift card. We have got so many things to do today. It is fantastic, but we could not do it without our auction chair. And let's put our hands together for not only a parent, but the auction chair working at the school. I mean, I'm constantly amazed as I follow this individual on her social media, all the incredible things she's doing and how impactful she is when she's involved. So please put your virtual hands together for the amazing Jade Hennis.
Thank you so much. Oh my goodness. I am doing well and I'm excited. Oh, do I have a delay?
No.
Okay.
I got no delay. I can hear you just fine.
You can hear me just fine. I'm so excited for the event this year. So thank you so much, Patrick, for joining us again for our auction. I know that the energy this morning has already been exciting around school as we're talking about the online items. Parents were bidding, I think, at Driveline, dropping their kids off. And yeah, it's really fun. My kids got to see a little bit more about the process of behind the scenes with the auction, the baskets, the prizes this year. We have just tons and tons of prize baskets ready to go at my house. And my kids are like, ooh, what's this? So they actually got a little bit of an education about what it takes to put on an auction and a fundraiser this year.
Well, pretty soon you'll be putting them to work, I would imagine. They get a little bit older, they're going to be stuffing baskets and learning how to package things and organize, put bid numbers on it. There's a lot of opportunity for some math there. You could have them, learn all these different things. But hey, we've got an incredibly exciting event this year, and there's some neat upgrades to the event this year. We're literally moving the big event across the parking lot to the World Forestry Center from the Oregon Zoo.
That's
and
right.
I think something that'll be incredibly popular with parents this year is that the famous Panda Gala will be right there on site. Is that correct?
It is, and I'm excited about that as a parent as well, because it's a lot easier logistically to come enjoy the event, know that you don't have to coordinate with anybody else. The kids are going to be right there. Also, What is cool about the Panda Gala is we have one of our most popular after school enrichment vendors, Play Fit Fun, providing the activities and entertainment for the night at Panda Gala. So they have a bunch of fun games and physical activities running around right next to us. So we're going to be in Miller Hall at the World Forestry Center, and Cheatham Hall right next door is where the kiddos will be playing, having a good time, having pizza and snacks. And there'll even be a little photo booth in there for them so they can have pictures of their event.
Yeah, that's just fantastic. While I've got you, though, I want to make sure, as much work as you do, it does not happen without your committee, and you added another new member to your team this year. Let's give them a shout out too.
So this year we got a development intern, and her name is Jadelyn Yep. She's a recent grad from OSU, and she's been phenomenal, especially helping with procuring all of these amazing items. She really went beyond our normal list of folks we reach out to and found some really cool new things for our online auction. So if you get in the catalog, you'll see one of my favorites is like the axe throwing like tickets. You can go and throw axes. Like
let's not do that after the Shiwa Gala, though.
No.
If the community performs as they have in the past, I don't want anybody throwing axes after the big party.
And this morning, she also just brought in from Knot Springs. So this is sort of a like day spa, a new thing that she just got 2 visits. So we still are going to enter these in, and it'll be awesome to have a bunch of these new things. So Jalen's been amazing, but also our parents. So Stacy, obviously, she is always our rock star with Octria and getting a lot of behind the scenes stuff planned. And I had like 10 different parents at my house putting baskets together a couple weekends ago. So the volunteers have showed up huge, and I'm thankful for
Well,
all.
you know, Jade, you guys have such an incredible community there at Hope Chinese Charter School. It's been that way from day one, but it's so amazing to see the continual energy grow and to see the parents getting involved is awesome. And speaking of getting involved, I know even our board chair is all fired up. Mike Willis
Yes.
chiming in. Hey, so excited to the about the gala. Thanks to Jade. Another shout out to her and the team, doing great. And of course, as an auctioneer, I would be remiss if I didn't show his other comment on here. Bid early and bid often. I like to say, Mike, I like to say bid high and bid often, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. If you
Oh,
bid, go ahead, fire it
I
up.
got to mention something about Mike. So every year, parents get excited, and the students really get excited about the principal for a day, a staff experience, secretary for a day. We added last year; they get to be Shirley for a day. This year, Mike Willits is our board chair, is going to have board chair for a day. And there's a whole list of special custom things that student will get, like a gavel to call the meeting to order. So look for that. That's going to go up later today, but that will be a new addition. And I'm excited that Mike is going to give students a cool new experience this year.
That's awesome. And hey, big shout out to Chauncey. Thanks for chiming in. And Ritual is also chiming in. So many cool items. Well, 127 online auction packages I saw earlier.
Cool.
And it just went on flawlessly this morning. So big shout out to Stacy. She says, yeah, so many. She's watching us on 2 places, Ritual. She's watching us on Facebook and on the Octria website, which is great. Stacy, thanking you for that little shout out, and Chauncey's on there again. So this is fun stuff. And hey, folks, every one of those people I just showed is entered to win a $25 Amazon gift card. So I can see there are more of you out there. Make sure you say hello. Feel free to ask any questions. Join in the conversation, man. It makes our life so much easier on here if we can interact with you folks. So this is great fun. Hey, February 28th, between now and then, the online auction opened today. We're going to dive into that quite a bit. We include our art class art projects are on there also. Is that correct?
They are. And I also have this one to add today. I don't know if the camera will show it, but
yeah, it doesn't show it real well.
Show that well. Maybe if I put my face next to it.
Yeah, there you go.
So this will be the preschooler 4-5s class art that just got brought in today. The class art this year was really creative. We've had parents educate students on using different types of processes, like setting stained glass in garden stones or sublimating prints onto tile. And so the students have gotten to have a lot of personal choice and impact in how they create the projects together. And the cool thing about the class art for all of the families is that you get to see it in person tonight at our Lunar New Year performance. It'll be in the lobby before you head into the Sunset Church, to the main room. I'm going to have the class art set up for you to see in person tonight if you're coming to our Lunar New Year performance. So I'm really excited that you guys actually get an opportunity to see it up close.
And make sure that Stacy helps you print out the description sheets with the QR code.
Very good.
All you can do is just scan it right away, and away you go. And hey, looky there, Rachel is chiming in. Great to see you, Rachel. Miss seeing you more often, dear. That is awesome. Great to have you on the broadcast with us. So yeah, there's a lot going on. I mean, from raffles, live auction, paddle raise, and more. Let's dive in and show people Well, before I do that, though, hey, Jade, you've got some sponsors that have stepped up to help you this year also. Did you want to acknowledge those folks for us?
Of course I do. So I want to give a shout out to our Pearl sponsor, Northwest Concierge Medicine. We also have our big card sponsor, World Champion Taekwondo. And one of the things that's cool about those folks is they also provide an after school enrichment class. My kiddos are doing the Taekwondo class on Mondays. And I'm really excited. They're just an example of a great community partner. They have been excited about supporting our school, and so they chose to sponsor, and they'll be there next Friday night at the event. We have a teacher table sponsor, Meyer Memorial Trust, to ensure that our staff who would like to come and celebrate with us can be there. And Meyer Memorial Trust also has a table for themselves. So they did two tables. We also have, for table sponsors, Solar Plan Sets and Valley Athletics. Valley Athletics, longtime supporter. We get our school swag made through them. And I want to give a shout out as well to Old Asia Tea House, who is supporting our events this year. So we couldn't have an effective gala and auction. I mean, it costs money to put on this event. And so these sponsors really help us make sure that all of the donations and bids you guys are putting in supports the school and goes toward fundraising, goes toward helping us cover the costs. So thank you to the sponsors. And it's really great to have some new folks joining us this year.
Yeah, that is awesome. And Jade, speaking of dollars, right? I mean, what all do the dollars go to support that are raised over the next 8, 9 days through the
It,
Chinois Gala?
yeah, it really makes sure that we can keep our doors open and keep the school running. So one of our biggest operational expenses is our building lease maintenance, just keeping the lights on, the heat going during this time of the year. Those are things that those are bills that have to get paid. But the fundraising also helps us cover things like classroom technology, resources for teachers, professional development opportunities for our staff. It's important to see this big picture of all of the things that it costs to operate the school. And remember that the state funds that we get only covers a portions of what it costs for us to operate the school. So everything that we raise over this next week is going to help us cover that gap and reach our annual fundraising goal. Once we reach our goal for the year, I know a lot of families at the school are excited about the future of the school. We've been talking a lot about how this building, our lease is up in 2028. Everyone in our school knows we're looking for a new long-term facility for our school where we can grow and have more amenities, have better experience for our students. Once we hit our fundraising goal for this year, we'll be able to focus our energies on that future plan, right? And so that's why I'm excited for this week. It's our biggest giving week of the year. Our community comes out in just with huge support. And I think this is going to help us reach our goal this year early so that we can spend the rest of our time focused on what we need to get ready for finding a long-term home. And we'll be in a better financial position for that once we meet our goal this year. So it's going to be a big week.
Wow. Yeah, it sounds like it's going to be an incredibly big week. So, and it always is. And, I know it's tough being a charter school, and the traditional funding of public schools doesn't all 100% reach the charter school environment. As you know, I'm familiar with that. And
Of course, yeah.
it is so great to see this community every year come out, support this event. And this is another wonderful vehicle to share the incredible things that Hope Chinese Charter School is doing with the community, right? So if you've
It
got
really
a
is.
seat at your table, bring somebody that maybe isn't a parent that could benefit and potentially support you in the future, because they learn what an incredible community and school that you guys have put together. So
That's
is
a great idea
yeah.
for how folks can think outside the box and support our school and community. I'd like you though, Patrick, to share more with those who've tuned in and folks who are going to watch this recording later on how they can participate in our week of giving and help us raise the most support for the school. Tell us
Let's
what to do.
do it. Let's do it. First and foremost, the most obvious thing that they want to do is they want to go directly to xinhuagala.com. So we've made it easy for everybody. Just go
There's
to
the link.
xinhuagala.com and away you start. You'll be at the auction website. And the first thing that you want to do, friends, is that you're going to want to register right here where it clicks on register, and it will take you to a registration window. And that is awesome. And there's a couple of reasons why that's so awesome today, isn't there, Miss Jade?
Well, yeah, we're going to so folks who registered before we got started today, we have a sign out in our parking lot right now that says make sure you register because we have an iPad to give away. So we get to do that, and I'm excited. This was a donation from a family to have this really cool gift that we could use to get people excited for the auction.
Yeah. So how about we give it away right now? So we took
Okay.
everybody that had registered prior
Ooh.
to 11 a.m. this morning. So about 11:05, I went on there. I got all the names. I built this incredible wheel of names. And on your signal, let's give it a big 1, 2, 3 spin that wheel, and we
Okay.
will identify who is going to win our iPad. So
All
1,
right.
2, 3.
Spin that
Spin
wheel.
wheel. There it goes. And
Oh,
who
goodness.
is?
Look at all the names.
Oh, I know. There was 240 of them.
Ah,
Yeah.
who is it?
It's
Oh,
going to be Marilee Avila.
Marilee is on, isn't she? Isn't she tuned in?
Is
That's
she tuned
amazing.
in? Marilee, fire up in the chat if you're in, because you just
Ah,
won the iPad. So that is
awesome.
awesome. Yeah,
She's
that's
got
so
2 kiddos here
exciting.
at this school.
Yeah.
She's so great.
Yeah, that's fantastic. So hey folks, once you have registered, Chauncey says congratulations, and there we go. There's saying hello and looking forward to seeing the class art tonight. We have a lot of folks that are just fired up about what's going on. That is awesome. All right, so once you have registered, friends, you will get an email from Octria to confirm your email address. You'll also find in there, you'll find some directions for downloading the Octria app. I'm always going to encourage you to do that because it makes life so much easier bidding and keeping track of what's going on. So download that Octria app and you'll be able to do everything right from your handheld device, which is fantastic. And then what we want to dump in here is we got lots of things going on, Jade. We talked a little bit about the online. I'm going to deal with that more. Class art. We've got teacher experiences, but we've got some incredible raffles going on. I want to start by talking about our raffles. We've got 2 raffles. First and foremost is our Amazon gift card raffle. Somebody's going to win a $500 Amazon gift card by participating in this raffle. We're only selling 100 tickets, friends.
Yeah.
And right now there's only 27 remaining. So you can buy all 27 and increase your odds, or you can just buy one, whatever works for you. But don't miss out on the Amazon raffle. And then the amazing golden ticket. And this is awesome, right, Jade?
Yeah, I'm really excited about this.
Yeah. So what happens here, friends, is we're going to only sell 100 tickets. Now they're a little more expensive. They're $100 each, but it's an incredible return on your investment if you win, because you will get your choice of 4 amazing trips, including 7 nights for 4 in Cortona, Italy. You'll also have the choice if you want to go 7 nights for 2 at the Golden Buddha Resort in Bali. We also have a Grand Canyon glamping trip for 3 nights, which is pretty remarkable. And we also have 4 nights at an all-inclusive Mexico Ocean Front Resort. So you'll get your choice of one of those 4 trips. None of them include airfare, but that's okay because you're going to have so much fun when you get there. Don't let it go by. We're only selling 100 tickets, friends. There's 53 remaining, so don't waste any time. Get in there and get your golden raffle tickets today. All right. And so that takes us to our raffles. Let's go back and check out our online auction. Most items started today with the bidding starting at $10. So very low barrier to entry. Jade, and people are bidding away. We've already raised $3,200
Oh,
so
wow.
far
That's
in
amazing.
progress bids. Yeah,
Thank
no,
you,
that's
guys.
fabulous.
Thank
People
you,
are not
guys.
they are not wasting any time. And so let's show folks, if we could, we're going to show folks how to make sure they know how to bid, but also I want to show them how to make sure they get the best deals, right? So let's,
Yes.
when you see an item that you're interested in, and I always I'm going to pick something really cool like this one here, and it's going to tell me I've got to register or sign in, which is really frustrating because I mentioned this issue earlier to you, Jade,
Yeah.
and it does not like me right now for some reason, and I'm not quite sure why. But we are going to do it anyway, and we'll see how we do. Oh, .us. Yeah, and everybody gets my email address. That's great, but you don't get my super secret password.
Super secret. Yeah.
Super secret, and it's still not gonna. Yeah, it let me in. No, it's not gonna let me in. It's
No.
not gonna let me in, Jade.
Oh.
So anyhow, I'm not sure why it is doing that to me. Maybe Stacy can figure it out for me.
Okay.
But what will happen is that our bidding ends in 8 days, friends. So plus bid extension. So the big event is Friday, the 28th, up at the World Forestry Center. We'll have our
Yes.
live auction. We'll have the big party, the Panda Gal, and all that. You will still have until noon the next day,
Mhm.
to be able to bid, and that will be fantastic. And then what will happen there, friends, is that when we go to uh, if an item gets a bid in the last 5 minutes, so in other words, from 11:55 a.m. until noon, it will automatically notify the person who's been outbid,
Mm.
but then it will, from there, it will extend the closing time an additional 5 minutes, Jade. So
Okay.
that is incredibly handy to make sure that you don't get outbid at the last possible second, right? It's kind of like
Yeah.
what we would do in a real live auction, is that
Yeah.
I don't say sold until people quit bidding. So
Right.
this is a neat feature of our software, and we're so proud of it. That's awesome. The other thing that I'm going to tell you to do, and Jade, it's risky of me to try that while I'm on the air,
Sure.
but to log in a different way. But the other feature that's on here is what we call proxy bid. And the reason I want to bring that up to our audience, Jade, is it's really important. It's a great way for people to make sure that they win an item, but it's also a great
Yes.
way to make sure they get it for the best possible price, because who doesn't like a deal, right? And what that means is that you can place a bid. Think about placing the highest bid that you're comfortable with spending on that item. So,
Mm.
if, for example, it was this package right here, it's got a value of $700. My
Mm.
next bid I need to be at is $190, but I might look at this and say, you know what? I'd pay $500 for this. And so I could place a $500 bid, but with clicking on the proxy bid button, what it will do, Jade, is it will make my bid the lowest amount I have to be to
To
stay in
win.
the lead.
Got it.
And then as people bid against me, it will automatically raise my bid to keep me in the lead all the way up to that $500 number. And then when it
Okay.
reaches the $500 number, it will be is when I'll get a notification that I finally have been outbid, right? So if you want to make
Oh.
sure, if you don't want to keep coming back to the website and checking your bids all the time, jump in there, peruse it all afternoon, and look at it and put in your max bids on all those items, and
Mhm.
then let the computer do the bidding for you, right? And get the
That's
best deal.
perfect.
Yeah, all why. Uh, yeah, and Stacy says I see other parents were having login issues also. So we're gonna have to check that out.
Definitely.
We'll get on that. We'll get that figured out. But
Yeah.
so that's the way to make sure you get the best prices on all the items. Uh, I said earlier today that we had 127 items in here, which is great. And then you mentioned you were adding the new package too
Hmm.
with the Knot Spring Spa, which is a phenomenal spa. I think it's is that in the new Four Seasons? Is that where that's at?
Mm.
Or it's close. It's downtown there. It's pretty cool.
It is downtown there, yeah.
Yeah, yeah. Give me a couple of highlights of items that you think people are going to really be fired up about.
Well, can I explain the one that I'm the most excited?
No, because you don't want anybody bidding against you. Don't tell us the ones you're bidding on, Jade.
I'm not bidding on it. I'm bidding on it. I'm excited because this was a joint effort amongst board members and parents. It's a custom ping pong table that has Hope Chinese Charter School on it with our pan on the ping pong balls and our logo and pan on the paddles.
Wow.
So this is a refurbished table. It was donated from a family. I think the aunt of one of our students. Yeah. And they have this is a really a Steiga Optimum. Like, this is a super nice ping pong table. But what we did is we gussied it up, got it all pretty, and sort of rebranded it for Hope. And we've been having a ping pong staff tournament here at the school this year. Our champion ended up being our facilities manager, Dylan. But ping pong has kind of been something that our kids are excited to see how the staff are doing in the tournament. And so having this custom like Hope ping pong table is something that I'm really excited about. And again, board members and fellow parents all pitched in some money toward getting this, getting the custom paddles made, getting the net, all of it, like getting it all together. So this is what I'm excited about. And I'm not bidding on, so I'm not shooting myself in the foot here. I don't have room for this in my house.
Yeah. Okay. I wanted to make sure because I always feel I feel bad if for some reason you
Right.
yeah. So
No. Don't worry.
you know what I'm gonna do while we're talking here,
Mhm.
Jade, is I'm gonna put this other web address that people can use to log in
Awesome.
because we want to make sure that they can log in. And I'll try that on myself in here in a second. So that'll be cool. But that is awesome. What other items really jump out at you that everybody's going to be fired up about?
We have two different wine country tour groups who donated like full day wine tours. I really love and appreciate Oregon wine country. So I
Yeah.
think that's really exciting to be able to bid on experiences like that. Also, one of our board members who is an attorney donated a estate planning package.
Okay.
And it's one of those things where you're like, well, that's not like a vacation, but this is something that it costs a good chunk of change to have this done for you and done well. And it's one of those things where I'm like, this is a really creative use of parents saying like, this is my expertise. This is a skill that I have and I can offer, and providing something that can really give a lot of value to other folks. So I was excited to see things like that come in. But of course, we have some of our favorite things. We've got some Blazers tickets that families have donated. I always love to see the Tualatin Valley Fire and Rescue, their little basket that has the little mini fireman's outfit and everything. They donate that basket every year, and people love to bid on it because there's nothing better than having like a legit looking fireman costume outfit. I love to see that one in there. And we also have what would you call it? Sports memorabilia package, but there's like a mystery signed NBA ball in there.
Ooh.
So you get to see what's in there. It could be any number of different famous players who signed it. It's a mystery, but that one is package 193, the sports memorabilia package. So that is kind of fun. And there's also one of those MetaQuest 3 VR gaming headsets.
Really?
Yeah. I mean, that was, again, a donation from one of our parents. And my kids saw that and they were like, we want it. And I was like, well, we'll see if we get outbid or not. But
That's amazing.
that's a very high value item. So
Yes, it is. Yes, it is. And there's a lot of vacations in here too. I mean, I see the Sun River, I see some beach trips. I mean,
Lincoln
there
City,
is
Waldport.
yeah.
Oh
No,
yeah.
this is phenomenal. Phenomenal.
But the
Eh,
teacher experiences, people need to look at those too. We have some new ones this year.
yeah. And
Uh,
you know, one thing I want to share, you know, I mentioned earlier it's a great way to use the gala is to share with people outside of our community.
yeah.
And one of the ways you can do it is with the auction too, right? So you may not be a Blazer fan or a Wizards fan, but you know somebody who is. When you go into the individual item, friends, there are social media icons up at the top, and you can click on that, and it will build a post for your Facebook page or your X account. You can also grab a link and email it to somebody, draw attention to them. We don't discriminate here. If somebody wants to support Hope Chinese Charter School, bid high and bid often, folks. I mean, get after it, right, Jade?
Yeah,
Uh,
I like to remind people that every time you bid, it is helping every student and every staff member at the school, right?
yep, yep,
And I had my heart broken last year. There's a few things I forgot to log in at noon the next day and make sure I had my top bid.
yeah. Well, we got it.
I'm
I'm telling you, set those proxy bids, Jade. It's kind of
so
embarrassing when the auction chair doesn't know how to use the proxy bid feature. Come on.
I know it. But I want people to learn from my mistake, right?
Yeah,
And
yeah,
so I don't always win everything that I bid on and am excited about, but I know that the goal is to make sure that this school is doing well and it benefits my kids when other people bid on maybe an item that kind of wasn't targeted for me. I like the Blazers, all right, but I
yeah.
might not bid as much on tickets as they might.
Right,
But by
right.
them doing that, it still helps my kids. It still helps
Absolutely.
my coworkers here at the school. So every bid
Yep.
helps every student, every staff member, and I'm so excited to like be able to offer you guys some fun new things. And the staff this year, can I just say we've got a baking opportunity with Miss Collins and Miss Wang. We have volleyball. We've got badminton. We have jewelry making with Miss Miles and Miss Keffert. There's a movie night here at this school with Chi Lauscher, one of our middle school teachers. So definitely some of those are tickets. Okay. So some of those is first come, first served. Got to buy the ticket. And then others are
Right.
auction items and you bid. So make sure you pay attention because if it's a ticketed item, it might sell out. You want to get in
Yeah.
there quick.
Yeah. 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 And it always tells you how many are left and things of that nature if it's a sign up deal or not. Right. So
Right.
all of our teacher experiences jump on that. Look at there. You got a bunch of them this year. What's that? 15 or so? That's
Mountain biking, badminton.
wow. Jewelry making. I mean, it's something for everybody here in the teacher experiences. That is awesome. And sometimes Jade, folks just want to make a donation, right? And we have that
Which is
option.
awesome.
A lot of
Always.
times, grandparents or maybe a neighbor or a friend, a business colleague, or somebody would like to support Hope Chinese
Mhm.
Charter School with a cash donation. We have a window right at the bottom of the website where you can make a cash donation. And I do want to make a point here, Jade.
Mm.
Many times employers will match uh, their employees' cash donations. Now they're not going to match when you buy an auction trip,
Right.
but they'll match when you make a cash donation. And please, please, please be sure to check with your employer and ask them if they do matching donations to nonprofits and especially
Mhm.
schools like Hope Chinese Charter School. And they'll
Mhm.
give you all the protocols that you need to do. And Stacy and the team will be excellent at getting it to you.
Yeah.
The paperwork that you need on the auction side, on the school side, to show that it was a cash donation and those types of things. So don't leave that money on the table, friends. If you're working for some of the major employers in the market, like an Intel or a Nike,
Yeah.
or many other employers in the Portland region,
Mhm.
they do matching donations. So take advantage of that. Right, big opportunity there.
Yes.
And then, Jade, talk to me a little bit. We touched a little bit on it a few minutes ago, but
Mhm.
give me more. What can folks expect when they come to the World Forestry Center next?
Oh, so the gala at the Forestry Center. Yes. Okay. This year, in our reception portion of the evening, we will be at the World Forestry Museum. And this is really neat because we'll have class art set up in there. We also have a string trio from the Youth Philharmonic Orchestra who will be performing upstairs. But it is a really beautiful space in the museum. There's a lot to see while you visit. There will be hors d'oeuvres being passed around. There will be a bar. We have specialty cocktails, including Moscow mules, old fashioned, a selection of yummy treats to have during the reception. So I'm excited for folks to be able to come and chat and hang out. Our community really likes to talk and just visit during the reception, and this will be a great space for that. Then we'll move over to Miller Hall for the dinner and the program portion. We'll have a demonstration by World Champion Taekwondo, our sponsor. That's going to be exciting to see. We'll have a special guest, Elizabeth Din, news anchor from Coin 6, who we'll get to hear from. And then we're going to have my favorite portion of the night, of course, the dessert dash, which most people are familiar with, but we have some new families this year. My table is a lot of new kinder families, and so I'm excited for them to get to experience that for the first time.
That's awesome. That's awesome. And we're gonna have a fun format because we're doing it in the round, right? So
That's right. You guys will be right
we're
in the
doing a
middle.
yeah, we'll be
Yeah.
doing a center stage, which we haven't done for Hope in quite a few years, and it really adds to the atmosphere for everybody. And Corey will be emceeing with me again, and
Yes.
yeah, it's the dynamic duo is back. I don't know how dynamic I am, but Corey is phenomenal. So she helps bring me up to par with you guys. So it'll be a lot of fun. Hey, friends, as we get going here, if you have any questions, let us know. Drop them in the chat. We would be happy to answer any of those questions. We're getting close to closing out the show. So do not hesitate. If you've got any questions, fire them up in the deal. And every time you enter a question, recognize that you are entered into the drawing for today's gift card,
Oh yeah.
$25 Amazon gift card. So it should be a lot of fun. Are we ready to give that away, you think, Jade?
I think so. Let's do it. We
Yeah.
got people on
Yeah.
here who've been waiting.
Yeah. They're all fired up. We got all these likes on Facebook. This is awesome. All right, here we go. Who's it gonna be? You made a
Ooh.
comment. You have been entered in the drawing. And looky here. Well, I got no chance. I'm
多
gonna need your
多
help.
姐
All righty.
黄 Yay!
Congratulations. That is
Congratulations,
awesome.
多姐
She's watching right there on the website. So that is fantastic. And could not be happier about that. And then I'll turn it over to you, Jay, to wrap us up for the day.
Thank you, Patrick, for joining us for our event again this year. Thank you for explaining to our families. Every year there's new families participating, and it's really good to hear from you. You're the expert on how to really make this fundraiser work the best for our school. So I appreciate you going over those details with us again. I also really want to thank our staff, our admin team. I've gotten a lot of support on the staff side for the event this year. Staff who are even willing to be a part of the special video we'll play at the event next week. And also the parents really show up with donations. It's amazing that like people are willing to donate items that we can then auction off to raise money with, and that kind of support is really huge. So I'm thankful for our volunteers. We also have Arco Iris, who some of their parents are going to be volunteering at an event. So an advance thank you to our partner charter school in the Beaverton School District. As a parent here at the school, I know that it's really meaningful that my kids get to have this educational opportunity at a tuition-free public charter school. And all of the folks I just mentioned are making it possible for all of our kids to be able to have this education. And I'm forever grateful for that. So I'm looking forward to seeing everyone who's joining us next Friday at the World Forestry Center at February 28th. The reception opens at 5 o'clock, and you can check in Panda Gala attendees between 5 and 6 p.m. So please remember, each time you bid, it helps every student. So bid high and bid often.
Absolutely. It's going to be a great event. Thanks, everybody, for tuning in today. We look forward to seeing you next week. Have a great day, everybody.